Welcome back here at Dreamhack Summer 2011, and I'm sitting here with Sebastian. Sebastian, that's correct pronunciation?
Indeed, but don't try the surname, not even Swedish people can get it right.
Okay. And we're sitting here with him, talk about Dreamhack, StarCraft 2, esports in general. And, well, first subject, Dreamhack. How is it? You've been here before, I guess, as a Swedish person.
I have, yes, but this is indeed the first time I'm here on official duty, because in only an hour I will go up to the studio area, and of course when the StarCraft 2 Grand Final take place at 6 o'clock, I will be the Swedish caster for national television, and I am as proud as I am daunted by that.
I can, yeah, that should be pretty cool, especially with what's going on and which Grand Final we're going to have, because
Indeed.
We're gonna have a non-Korean Huck playing even Moon, which, I mean, what do you think? Probably nobody expected this final, but
No.
What do you think about how the tournament went so far and how it came up to these finals?
Well, the tournament has been full of upsets, but I suppose you can say that about most tournaments. But we saw at MLG the other week in Columbus, Ohio, how the Koreans dominated the entire scene. They did so convincingly. Idra had a shot, but then MC took it back from him, as he repeated here, by the way, which was enjoyable to watch. But here, Liquid Huck, a Canadian player, of course, and we know him so well. He's been struggling so hard in Korea to make a name for himself, to gather the skills, and now he's finally done so. He has achieved Code S, and here he has dominated the tournament. I think he's lost only one game in the entire series, or was it two perhaps at most, and he has finally achieved the level of skill in order to compete with the Koreans. He took out Julysurg a couple of hours ago, a favorite of mine, the God of War himself, and now he gets to face Moon, which is indeed a Korean pro, but if I thought any Korean pro would be in the final, it would be MC. So the upsets are all over the place, and this is more than just a grand final. It's West versus East in a friendly way, but now we get to see, can we beat the Koreans? It's happening now.
And I think with Moon in the finals, it certainly looks possible. And for Huck, it's of course it's on the line, like his first major victory, I think, in StarCraft 2, and for Moon it as well. And he. Yeah, and he's coming from Warcraft 3. I had a quick interview with him. He still even stated that he's still playing Warcraft 3. So I think we don't see even like the full potential of Moon. Do you agree with that?
I completely agree. Moon is an untipped champion in this case, because as you say, he earns too much money from Warcraft 3 to not play it, and I mean, I respect that, but the fact that he can walk over so many good players, granted he did not meet MC for example, but others did, you know, and of course it was a Korean bomber who took out him and so forth, but I wouldn't say luck, but due to circumstance, we now see a certain Korean that wasn't tipped to be there face an American, Canadian who most people didn't think had it in him, but he has gone through the brackets for pure skill. Whether Moon has to the same degree, we can argue, but it doesn't matter. Huck has truly proven his worth in this final, and Moon, well, he is, I mean, we all know him, but we know less about his StarCraft 2 skills than we do say OGS MC and Bomber, so what will happen, I can't tell.
Yeah, and what did you thought about the Moon versus Bomber? I had the idea that Bomber seemed a bit nervous. It was like a lot of changes during the build, the 2-racks opening. I still think he got a bit lucky with the 2 Stargates, which wasn't defended by Moon. While like he attacked, he had a pretty good counter attack. Did you have what was your opinion about that match? Should have Bomber be in the final?
No, because Moon had superior decision making. Whether Bomber committed mistakes or not, well, you can clearly say he didn't play flawlessly, yes, but Moon capitalized on that in a very superior way. It's not just about who makes the greatest mistake, because these pro gamers, they all do mistakes, but then they get back on their feet. Moon used that opening, that relatively small fault in Bomber's play, his indecisiveness perhaps, and struck hard. He enabled him to macro and get into a very strong late game position. So no, Moon used what he was given and capitalized on it to the max. He deserves to be in the final.
And it's gonna be epic, I think. I hope at least it's gonna be in the Dream Arena, which is it's big. There are, I think, 2,000 seats in there. There probably will be. Last year at the winter, it was packed full, and there were like 500-600 people waiting in line to get in. It certainly was amazing, and yeah, we can only. I think just being it East versus West, it will make every single strike. It will make it a nice match.
Indeed. I mean, I'm not going to pretend anything here. I'm totally biased towards Huck. I want him to win. I want him to walk home with 100,000 of our cute little Swedish currency money and pay for all the drinks at the after party tonight, because this is Huck's hour and he should take it. He should claim the throne, take his first real major title. Sure, he won MLG Anaheim when StarCraft 2 was young, but hell, this is new times. This is Dreamhack, Summer 2011. This counts. And Huck, he should take it. I'm cheering for him.
I'm indecisive before. Like, I'm a Zerg player.
As am I.
I've known Moon like since I'm like following Grubby due to his Dutch and stuff. So if Moon can do great, then it's certainly that Grubby has a chance of getting there, and I think we see him step by step getting closer. He ended up like the same amount of points in the group stage as Idra. So yeah, I don't know. It feels also a bit like the old StarCraft Warcraft 3 people. I would like to see them maybe get a win, but yeah, we'll see. The best one will win.
Indeed, and I agree with you. I feel that diversity is what StarCraft 2 can bring, and we're not just talking different games coming together, we're talking so much more. But Moon has already proven that Warcraft 3 players can win the game. Maybe he'll take the first place today, maybe he'll take second. Either way, it will be a victory for Warcraft 3 in StarCraft 2, and for the unity that StarCraft 2 brings to esports as such. It brings so much together, and this has been proven here today at Dreamhack during the entire event in a most spectacular fashion.
All right, about the rest. What are you currently doing? What are your activities in esports at the moment?
Well, I am relatively new to casting StarCraft as such. I've been very active in the StarCraft scene since 2008, and obviously been playing the original Brood Wars since '98. But recently I have stepped away from doing interviews and feature content as much and focused entirely on StarCraft 2 casting. You will find my content over at ggvision.tv, which is the main home for all my videos, where I not only do StarCraft casting, as so many others do on YouTube, but I have a special show format that I call the GGVision StarCraft 2 Coliseum, and that features a Pro Gamer of the Week.
Grubby did it as well, right?
Did Grubby, indeed. I've done Mondragon, Hasuobs, and also Rhett and Thorsane have had smaller appearances. So these Pro Gamers, they become gladiators of the week. They get to face 6 different opponents on different matchups, all known players, and we really get to know their strategy and play style, and then finish off with maybe an interview or dual commentary depending on the circumstances. So do check that out. That is what I'm doing, and indeed it's the reason why I'm here, so I hope I'm half good at it. It's in English, by the way.
That's cool. And I got a question. Maybe you know it because you had Moondragon. Where is he? Why is he not here?
Well, I can't give you a straight answer to that question. He needs to be here. For many people watching this who are not old school, you wonder, who is this Mondragon? He is a super dude, is who he is. He defined the foreign pro gamer scene back in Brood War. He was one of our foremost champions, and not only a very good player, but a creative one, a creationist like TLO, similar to Boxer, the same heart and vein. And in StarCraft 2, as I understand it, he has been reluctant to go pro. He feels, I've been told, that he's not good enough. But I have seen games that would argue very much against that. He is very good, and we need to have him in this game. He should be here. I want him in the Dreamhack Invitational later in this summer.
That would be a cool thing. I hope you will send him this video, and
I will.
And all the fans out there. We need to get him, because I watched him for the first time in TSL, and I was such surprised. It was beautiful play, and I liked to have such a Zerk being out there that's not Red or Idra, etc. And just another one at the top, and I think all the Brood War pros are showing that you can play at that top if you put in the time and effort into it. Regarding esports in general, StarCraft 2, we've been there, it's now 1.5 years. We probably have a long time ahead in front of us. And I was asking some of the players whether they had a vacation already, and most of them, they were like, no, not yet. What are your plans for the future coming up?
Well, I have quite concrete plans. I do want to continue being, I call myself more a reporter or journalist of StarCraft than anything else, and that very much includes casting. But what I want to do is to convey this medium, StarCraft 2, as a spearhead of esports, which I think is a wonderful subcultural phenomenon that should be spread. I want to see it becoming a commonplace form of entertainment for people to do live, enjoy online, as well as go to events and make these events more accessible and easy to enjoy. Even here at Dreamhack, where things have been improving drastically, there's still so much work to do, and I want to be involved in that. More concretely, I will continue to do casting. I met some very interesting people and talked to had some very interesting conversations here at Dreamhack, and that should result in
cool new projects and
better GG vision. And you can also look forward to me launching a t-shirt store later this summer, hopefully by early August, that will have very interesting fashion material for all of those of you out there who wants to, well, the slogan is epic shirts for awesome people, and that's exactly what it does.
It's cool. We see a lot of people walking around with those. What else? At the moment, we've seen StarCraft 2 evolve to quite a big audience. I don't know. Did you see how the Riot Games with League of Legends? How did it go?
I didn't catch the conclusion of it, I must admit, but I have, of course,
heard the numbers?
I've heard the numbers, and I've, of course, seen the whole thing, glanced at it when I walked past, and it's been a beautiful setup here. And, of course, the League of Legends developers themselves have invested heavily in that project, thrown 100k in prize money and really made it accessible to people. And Blizzard hasn't done anything themselves for this event, others do it for them. So I really condone that. It's really good to see developers wanting to do that, and it helps esports grow. But obviously I'm a StarCraft fan, so I didn't catch the end of League of Legends.
Yeah, like the reason it had that 220,000 viewers, and the reason why I bring this up is Blizzard was always like the developer that was the #1 esports developer out there, which cared the most about esports, and now we see this tiny developer compared to Blizzard, a tiny supporting it ridiculously good. Of course, they have help with their partners and stuff, but do you think Blizzard will also step it up, esports? What's your opinion about that?
Well, I hope that this initiative from the League of Legends developers can result in Blizzard seeing the point of doing the same. At the same time, they are a much smaller game and developer, and they do this in order to market their product. They're investing heavily into this event in order to spread awareness, and it seems like it's paying off. So for them, Dreamhack is much bigger than it is for Blizzard, because StarCraft 2 has taken on a life of its own, and things happen without Blizzard having to initiate. And they do so much support in providing and updating the game. So it's not entirely fair to make a straight comparison, but indeed I do want Blizzard to shed more money and direct light towards it. But they are in a different position than the League of Legends, who need more active support from their developer, which I think is good.
I think I've asked all my questions. Do you have anything to say towards the community?
Well, I just have want to say thank you so much for tuning in, and if you are by any chance a Swedish speaker, the grand finals will not only be cast by Day 9 and the Apollo, they will also be cast by me and my casting partner Ominius, and it will be available for Swedish viewers at SVT Play. You will know what that means, and by all means check that out. We are gonna do the most amazing job we can in Swedish, which is a bit of a new thing, and I hope you all like it, and we would love to hear your feedback. Because if this takes off, if we see that there's an audience for Swedish casted StarCraft, we will provide it with force. So do check it out, tell us what you think. You find my stuff at ggvision.tv, and that's where you can contact me.
Okay, thank you very much, and hopefully see you at any other event in the near future.
You can count on that.
See you next time.